Steel is linked to the history of mankind, and while iron ore remains one of the most abundant elements found in nature, steel is, and will continue to be, an essential product in our development. In the following images, we shall see the creation and transformation of steel in a company using both integrated and electric steelmaking processes. The steelmaking process. Aceralia Corporacion Siderurgica, whose integrated and electric arc facilities have a production capacity of 7 million tons of liquid steel, carries out the complete steelmaking process. The integrated steelmaking process begins with the reception and preparation of the raw materials, iron ore and coal, which are the basis for this spectacular transformation. Most of the iron ore used by Aceralia arrives by sea and is unloaded in the company's terminal in El Musel, the port of Gijón. The iron ore, either in its natural state or as pellets, small spheres of iron ore, is transferred to the stockyards for subsequent treatment and classification. The sizes adequate for immediate processing are sent direct to the blast furnaces. The smaller sizes are processed in our sintering facilities. The various types of coal from different origins are ground and blended in the coal yard before going through the coke ovens where they undergo dry distillation. This process gives us coke to feed the blast furnaces and gas, which is subsequently processed into byproducts that are either used in the steelmaking process or sold. The steel industry consumes a large amount of water, mainly for cooling the facilities. 3 medium-sized reservoirs supply the water required by Aceralia in Asturias. The steelmaking process itself begins at the blast furnaces. The 2 blast furnaces Aceralia operates in Gijón allow us to meet our hot metal requirements. The hot metal, or liquid iron, is obtained by the reduction and smelting of the iron ore through the combustion of coke. The hot metal thus obtained comes out of the furnace at about 1600 degrees Celsius and flows down the runners to the torpedo vessels. The torpedo vessels, which owe their name to their peculiar shape, are designed to keep the hot metal at a high temperature during its transport. A panel located in the control room shows the process taking place in the facility through closed TV circuits and instruments that detect any failure and provide real-time information about the operations. The molten steel starts its journey towards the next process, conversion into steel. In the steel plant, the hot metal is poured from the torpedo into a ladle and the glowing liquid is transferred to the converter. already charged with the scrap needed for the process. Then, the oxygen required to transform the hot metal into steel is blown in through a lance, in a process that lasts around 34 minutes and in which the product reaches temperatures of up to 1,690 degrees Celsius. The steel thus obtained undergoes in-ladle refining, where its final quality characteristics are adjusted in physical and chemical processes. This liquid steel must then be shaped and prepared for the subsequent rolling process. This is achieved in the continuous casting process. No intermediate operation is required. The continuous casting machine produces slabs, thick pieces of steel with a square or rectangular section cut to the desired length. The rolling process is the final step in the transformation of steel and is performed in different ways depending on the product desired. The hot strip mill produces hot-rolled coils. The great majority of these coils will be used to feed the cold rolling mills, while others will be sold direct. The thick slab of steel ends up as a long incandescent strip, the final result being a strictly inspected coil which, after a pickling process, is sent to the cold rolling mills. These mills, besides achieving the desired thickness to within a tenth or even a thousandth of a millimeter, give the steel the appropriate surface finish. Some of the coils thus produced will be cut to the desired length as cold-rolled sheets. Others are used in subsequent stages of the steel process as feedstock for tin and zinc coating lines, which produce the well-known galvanized and tin plate products. In the tinning line, the strip undergoes a series of treatments: cleaning, bright dipping, chemical treatments, oiling, and obviously the most important one, electrolytic tinning. The process that takes place in the galvanizing lines is similar, differing in the zinc coating which is applied in a hot dip process in the molten zinc pot. These products are sold in coils or cut sheets. The hot rolling process is very similar in all the mills. The process begins with the different shaped slabs being reheated to an adequate temperature for rolling in the structural mill, the heavy plate mill, and the wire rod mill. The structural mill produces various types of sections and rails used in constructions, tracks, metal structures, and other applications. The heavy plate mill produces thick plates of large dimensions that are used in shipbuilding, heavy boiler work, ducts, and pressure vessels. Finally, wire rod and round bars produced in the wire rod mill find their main application in the wire drawing industry. Aceralia has drawing subsidiaries for transforming the wire rod into wire, cable, and rods of different types and sizes. Besides the integrated steel process, Aceralia produces steel in electric arc facilities in a process based on scrap smelting. It is a highly flexible process able to respond rapidly to market requirements. The Acería Compacta de Vizcaya, the only facility of its kind in Europe, produces close to 1 million tons of hot-rolled coils in its electric arc furnaces and thin slab continuous caster. It is equipped with two 150-ton electric furnaces and two refining furnaces, in which ferroalloys are added to achieve the properties required by our customers. In the continuous casting machine, the steel solidifies in a vertical position to the required width and with a constant thickness of 53 millimeters. This thickness is subsequently reduced in the 6 rolling stands equipped with state-of-the-art regulation and control systems. Coils of up to 28 tons, with the characteristics and dimensions required by the customer, can be obtained in barely 3 hours. From the hot-rolled coils, Aceralia Transformados manufactures a wide range of highly worked finished products with high added value, mainly for the construction, automobile, furniture, and household appliance sectors, among others. Through the electric arc facilities, Aceralia also obtains a wide range of beams, structural sections, angle sections, and flat bars. The process begins in the electric arc furnace with the production of liquid steel, which is subsequently tapped into a ladle where the ferroalloys required for achieving the desired grade of steel are added. The steel thus obtained is cast in the continuous casting machine, where it is subsequently cut to the required length and section. Subsequently, the rolling process begins with the reheating of beam blanks or blooms in a pusher furnace. The beam blank system is the near net shape casting of blanks for rolling that introduces significant improvements in final product quality. Finally, these products are rolled in a universal and finishing mill in which the shape of the rails is obtained. The hot saw cuts the section to the desired length. Practically all the production processes of Aceralia are fully automated, and all its facilities are provided with a comprehensive support of modern computers. In addition to the quality control incorporated at every stage in the process, Aceralia carries out chemical and mechanical tests in its laboratories, which are equipped with state-of-the-art systems for detecting any defect or failure in the products. The steelmaking process has finished. It is there in the furnaces, in the steelworks, in the mills, in the rolling facilities. But the products continue their journey. We find them again in our daily life, completely transformed. Because, although we frequently do not realize it, steel forms an integral part of our existence.